Let me guess. Your teen has a closet, they have shelves, they even have a dresser, and yet somehow everything is still ending up on the floor. If you're watching this thinking, oh my God, that is my child, I want to tell you, you are not failing as a mom. It is a system problem, and I want to show you how we fixed it in this real teen closet. If we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Julia Raz. I'm a professional organizer and a communication professor with a PhD in communication, and I specialize in decluttering for everyday functionality. Your teen is not lazy. They are not trying to make your life harder. Well, not in this case, at least. Their room is just asking for more effort than they're able to put in. And when the brain is tired and overwhelmed, it chooses the fastest option. And you guessed it, the fastest option is so often the floor. So before we talk about organizing, we need to stop just blaming the teens, blaming their behavior, and let's fix the design. In almost any teen room that I've worked in, the floor piles come from a few predictable problems. Number one, there are simply too many clothes for the size of the space, and when drawers and closets are packed, nothing can go away easily, and the floor becomes overflow. Number two, many teen rooms I've worked in are set up with adult level expectations. File folding, stacking things neatly, shelves that require too much work. If a system needs too much precision and perfection to work, it's not going to survive real life with a teenager, let alone some adults for that matter. Number three, storage is often hard to access and it's hard for people to find things. And if it's annoying to have to put things away, it's not going to happen consistently. And finally, there are just too many steps. And if putting away clothes takes more than one or two, absolutely at most two easy motions, it's just not going to stick. What made this closet declutter project a bit different in this case is that the teen was really into fashion and also incredibly decisive. We didn't have to force him in any way, and he was able to make decisions all on his own. He really just needed that dedicated time. And a few of the questions that he was asking himself is just, is this his current style today and does it fit? And if the answer was no, it didn't get that premium space. And so he easily and very quickly let go of things that he had outgrown, things that were duplicates, things that he just wasn't into trend wise, and things that he did actually fit into, but he just never chose to wear. And once the excess was gone, the room immediately felt calmer even before we started the organizing. So, this is where we started working on the customized system to him. We learned quickly that folding was way too hard to maintain, and folding on the shelves just turned into more piles on the floor. So instead, we hung as much as humanly possible. Tops, hoodies, jackets, pants. If I could hang it, we did that. And for him, hanging meant one simple motion. Take it off, put it on a hanger. No stacking, no folding, no decisions. I know that this might not work for everybody, but it worked really, really well for him. And drawers were kept minimal and easy, and shoes were stacked vertically so nothing was ending up scattered on the floor. Within the drawers, I did not fold perfectly. And you've heard me talk before about the no fold method. This works for a lot of people, just dropping the socks in, dropping the underwear in. I did a bit of folding when it came to shorts, but I reminded him that it's okay if it doesn't get perfectly folded when it gets put back, as long as it goes in the right place. And so everything in this closet was really, really easily visible at a glance, because if he couldn't see it instantly, it was just not going to be used. So we didn't rely on just pure motivation. We relied on removing friction from this space. And I'm proud to say that weeks after we finished this project, I followed up with his mom, and she told me he's still been maintaining it. And now all of a sudden, he loves just looking at his closet and enjoying getting to see all of his beautiful clothes. So if you've been stuck in the cleanup, blow up, repeat cycle and with your teen in their room, I want you to hear this. You're not failing. Your child isn't failing. The system just wasn't built for them. And when the space matches how your child actually functions, the behavior changes without constant reminders. I hope that you found this helpful and that it motivates you to declutter and organize with your teen today. I promise you that real change is possible, because clutter rarely starts with a motivation problem. It generally starts with a system and inventory type of problem. I can't wait for you to see this teen's reaction at the end of this video. And oh my gosh, can you believe these cute cats? It took me almost the whole session for them to want to come near me, but I felt like I had made such a huge win with them when I had not one, but both of their cats, which tend to be a little bit more hesitant to come to strangers, both come up to say hello.
Oh wow, this looks like role playing. Oh, it's not spacious. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.